Alright, so the full walkthrough. Gotta figure out how to get that snow off the roof because that's not good for driving around. But here she is in all her glory in my driveway. So that needs to get fixed. There's something weird about that. You can see there's a little bit of rusty work there because it's like a super low point in the van. So of course it's gonna get hit and rust. I got this little storage box, which is super dusty in there and creaky, so it needs to be lubed. These back doors are the rustiest part, but all this stuff is pretty solid all the way through. There's a little support rod that's broken back there, but you know, somebody did some repairs at one point. It looks like there's a lot of expanding foam, but as long as that's not in the cab of the damn thing, should be pretty good. And somebody's been inspecting this in Vermont, so I got these little hooks, which would be nice for potentially doing some kind of porch out here. Well, that's actually for the doors now that I look at that. And I can put a little porch out right here, something that slides out of there. That'd be cool. I just gotta get locks for all these doors because that I could just open. This is the crustiest door. I don't know if I can find a replacement one, but again, it's pretty solid. It's just like surface bubbles everywhere. This one does have a lock on it already, but I can't unlock it from the outside, so that's the problem. I want to be able to unlock them from the outside and come in. It's got a couple little dings here and there, but nothing major. The little fender guys need to get, taken off or replaced, but that's all right. It's really not too bad. The underside, I mean, it looks like a Vermont or a northern-based vehicle, but it's not horrible. You see, I've seen a lot worse. I've owned a lot worse. So, I mean, I saw that this tire's a bit flat this morning, so that will probably need to get attended to. And some of these window seals don't look great on the other side, but yeah, it's not horrible. Not horrible. We got this. The mirrors are dirty as fuck. This seat is uncomfortable as fuck. I learned. It's got like some adjusters on it, but maybe I'll put the Mark V seat in here if it'll fit. I know it's tore up as well, but at least I know what it feels like, and I can drive long distance with it. And is this adjustable steering wheel? It is. Okay, cool. I didn't want to fuck with that while I was driving, obviously, but it's not horrible. Just over 100,000 miles on it. It's a big old bus rig. I gotta learn all this stuff still. I got the rear AC. I don't think that's 12 volt, but I guess we'll find out. We gotta pull this whole big thing off, inspect the engine under there, and all that stuff. We do have a fire extinguisher already. There's some storage there. Take this panel off. I'll have some storage there. A little bit of storage for wiring stuff there. All these seats gotta go. But it's not bad. Got these windows that pull all the way open, the emergency ones. This would be Yep. Exactly what I thought was happening. It's all fairly crusty, but that pipe after, which is the cap, after the manifolds, doesn't look too bad. Yep. Same thing, both sides. Recon problem. Alright, did some looking around on the engine. Everything looks pretty good. I mean, it's got the manifold leaks, the top bolt on both sides and the back, which is common. The manifolds are pretty crusty, so get some new manifolds, get some new hardware, remove the old broken hardware. This back downpipe looks okay from up here, so it might be okay to the back of that one. I know the rest of the exhaust is pretty shot, so we can rebuild the rest of the exhaust, which is pretty easy because it's just large pipe. Everything looks good. Maybe needs a couple new hoses or something for the PCV. It's a little dry cracked, but that might also just be insulation around another tube. But yeah, nothing looks horrible. Everything looks pretty decent. It doesn't look like any botched repairs or any leaks of any sorts. The valve covers look fine. I'll probably do some general maintenance on it anyways. But yeah, it looks pretty good. This is the bad part. This is the driver's floor pan. But it looks to be as far back as it goes. It's right in front of the seat, and it seems to be solid again. It did eat a little bit of that ceiling edge there, but it doesn't go up far, and doesn't look like it's gotten too far into this this rail there. It's just that top edge, as you can see. So yeah, we'll put some plate over top of that. We'll cut all that out, obviously, but hasn't really got too far into this part. So, you know, smooth, get all this down, cut all that crap out, put the replacement panel in, which is like 120 bucks, which covers this whole area, like this area, all the way up to there, around the edge, down, back, and around. So the whole area get replaced by just the patch panel. So, but yeah, that's the worst part of it right there. Alright, so I'm starting to work on the bus. Now that the appraisal's done, I'm ready to tear into it. Nobody has to look at it anymore. These doors are a little messed up right now. They're sealed how they're supposed to be. I took this panel off the top and found that this is completely loose. So like this has just popped all the way off, which the top of this is just like a hex drive for the top of the door. And this links together with that guy. And that thing should be hitting that button saying that the door is shut. Right. But this is completely loose. Not to mention, you know, like the bottom is completely rotted. And that one, I don't know how bad that side is yet. Not as bad as this side, but so I'm gonna get this put back in there. It's like, as you can see, this one is completely flush and there is no play there. This one is not in there at all. So I loosen this nut. We're gonna get this put back in there and see if that helps at all. All right, so with that tightened up, let's see what happens. Okay, we just slap the freaking thing because it's not adjusted properly, but again, it's because this thing is riding at the bottom on the part it's not supposed to be. So you can see all this digging that's been doing into the door. This is all just free floating and a screw holding it in, versus I don't know what it's even supposed to be like, but not like that. But it is misadjusted. You can see it's not 90 degrees. It's going way too far out. So I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna readjust the bar, and hopefully that fixes that problem. I started adjusting all this stuff and tightening it, and I started digging in the rabbit hole, you know, of why the hell the door is getting hung up on it. And well, found why the piece of wood's there. There's a piece of wood installed underneath with a cutout for this little pinch weld here, and then this board was screwed on top for more stability, but it's just been allowing this to fill up with more shit, as you can see. So, but it's only made it up to there, so I should be able to get a step, hopefully one with these door holes. But I don't know if I'm keeping these doors, because that was the thing I was about to discuss had I not gone into the rabbit hole. But as you can see, this glass goes right up to the ceiling edge, and that bar to like mount anything to. Like this glass goes all the way top to bottom. Or yeah, I think it's glass. So putting a a lock or anything on this is just not going to happen. It's not electric yet. So I think at this point, with this being here like that, these doors not being electric and all glass, I think I'm probably just gonna have to put a regular door in this, which a lot of people do. It also is a pain in the ass to like go through this door because I want to use this door to like get into the bus because it's convenient and easy, but it's not convenient and easy to open it from the outside with this manual setup. And if there's no locking capabilities, I don't want somebody prying this open and the seals and all this bullshit. I'd rather just frame up a regular door and find a used one for cheap. So yeah, that's fun. We're gonna not think about that for a little while. But anyways, I took all this shit off of here and well, I got a big old cavity, and it even has these little like hooks or whatever for something. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of rack I can put in here. Or maybe something else was installed in here. I don't know. But got a bunch of wiring, fiberglass. This will be a nice storage cubby. Obviously I can pull out some slack from this wire and lay that more flat, build out a little storage area there. Behind this is electrical stuff already, so I probably won't mess with that too much, depending on how much room is back there. I'll have to look back on there because I can't see the screen, but if there's a decent amount of room back there, we'll see about redoing this. But this is pretty organized already, and it's all labeled out, and it's already boxed out and has a nice, nice little locking tabs. It stays there pretty decently. So I might leave that how it is, but this freaking plastic, probably is gonna go because it screws with the, as you can see, it's all cracked already. A bunch of different places, but it screws with the door seal. You see right there, messes with it because you either put the seal on top or you put it over, and then I don't know. I've been hearing wind, so I tried to readjust the door seal, and I realized that is messing with it. So I can either trim it back or just delete it altogether. But I don't want to lose the flap there. I think like this carpeted sheet metal is not bad. That's what it is. It's sheet metal that is carpeted and screwed up. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Those are my marker lights up there. I still got to strip all that stuff down and label all the wiring and take out the speakers and lights and delete whatever I don't need. I need to figure out how this thing is hooked up. I think all the lines run through here, back through there, which we're gonna have to get a professional to do because it's got AC lines. Oh geez, that's dusty. Whew, whew, shit. Just open this door up for some fresh air for a second. Wish that holds itself open because it's got this little stringy thing, which is nice. But yeah, I got these. Yeah, these are definitely AC lines. And that is like some sort of drain. And all this wiring. So yeah, this gotta be for the AC, so that's gonna have to be disconnected and drained and capped off properly, along with this heater, which I did test. It doesn't work, but it's in the way of shit I need to do here. I need to put a toolbox here. So that's in the way. It needs to get unbolted, and then the coolant pipes that go from the engine to that little radiator in there need to get this needs to get bypassed so I can delete it. So yeah. All right, I'm getting dirty. I moved on to the next step of unbolting and removing seats. So as you can see, one is almost fully removed. This one is almost fully removed. There's just one bolt hanging on that back one, which I think I might have to cut off because I can't get enough pressure on this to unbolt it at the same time. I can't get the gun in there. I got this one off. I had to do it a little bit of a different way because these bottom bolts don't seem to really want to come out. They're just kind of spinning and I can't get any leverage on them. So we'll see if I can get the gun in there now and do something with those. Otherwise, that's going to have to get cut off too. So yeah, I'm just unbolting these seats. I'll move over because that side looks way easier. So I'm going to move over to that side next. Start with the hard part first, right? So let's get all these unbolted so that maybe tomorrow we can load this thing up with scrap and go scrap it all. All right, I am even more filthy and I'm tired and it's getting late, so I don't want to disrupt the neighbors, but I've made a very good amount of progress, I would say. One sec. So I got this whole line of seats removed, besides that bracket and that bracket, which are rusted into the ground with the bolts. But the bolts are just sandwiched through the floor. As you can see, there's light coming through these holes. So they're just sandwiched through. So I dropped a bunch of bolt or nut bottoms all the way down. So those are likely going to have to get cut off, I'm sure, because I don't want to crawl under there and deal with, holding the other side or having somebody else under there. And the same with all of these bottom bolts, I'm sure. We're going to do that same thing because I tried with a couple of them here and there and they just spin. So I got the side ones off. The bottom ones just need to get taken out. And I mean, I could do grinder, but this is going to take a very long time. It gets very hot. And I think this is a plywood floor. According to what I can see from here, I took off just this first strip, which was a piece of metal. As you can see right there, it's metal with this grippy stuff. But it looks like just plywood with this laminate shit all over it. Once I get the seats out, I'll see about getting these rails out and taking this laminate off because I want to see what the condition of the plywood is. Because if it's rotted out and stuff, I mean, it feels solid from like standing on it, but if it's all rotted out, then I'd like to get it replaced sooner than later because I do have to do this whole subfloor and insulation. And then I also need to pull the wall panels off and take off whatever foam is in there because that's also going to get stuffed with insulation. All of those have to get pulled off, get the wiring out. That's got to get removed, as I said earlier. But yeah, I got all these seats out. We'll work on these tomorrow, maybe. Or I'm going to look up videos tonight, see if there's an easier way to get these out. And then maybe tomorrow we will try to tackle them again.